Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. Today we're going to start a new Let's Play series on Logistical 3 Earth. I've got a small, I think 4 episode tutorial series on this game that kind of walks you through just the very basics to get you started. If you haven't watched that, you may want to check that one out before you start this series. So this is going to pick up right where we left off in the tutorial series. And here's what we're going to do. This is going to be kind of unique. This is a unique game. It's a huge game. There's a ton to do. But a lot of the stuff that you're due, or a lot of the stuff that we need to do, we've kind of already seen in the tutorial series. So my plan, and this could evolve, so do provide some comments and feedback, suggestions in the comments section, and let me know what direction you think I should take this series. I may try and put these out a little bit slower. A lot of times I do several videos in advance, but I may do this one a little bit slower so I can respond to your feedback if I get some. But my plan is for some of the tasks, like for example, remember in the game we learned in the tutorial series, we learned all about completing the cities and towns, and we learned about how towns that have population, like this one here, has 19,000. It's a little bit more. There's a little bit another aspect of kind of speed to completing these towns and supplying them with the resources they need faster than they can consume it as you deliver it. So there's a little bit of challenge. And then we also talked about these other towns, or what I call these kind of sites, where you still have to deliver a product to complete them, but there's no population. So there's really no rush. And as long as you've got these resources, you can just route your trucks anytime you wish and go as fast as you want and go as slow as you want. And there's no pressure to complete these. So for these towns, I'm thinking in this Let's Play, I'll do these off camera, or maybe I'll do a fast forward for a few of them or something. But you've already seen how this is done in the tutorial season. Probably don't need to watch me complete every one of these smaller sites. For the towns that do have a population, like this one's got 19,682, but they've only got one resource, and there's not a whole lot of challenge. If I've got 3 trucks or 2 or 3 trucks, I can easily satisfy this. This one's probably not too compelling to watch either, as part of this Let's Play. But when we get to challenges like we have over at the port city, or these larger cities where we've got to discover the resources, there's several missing, and we need to supply a ton of them, I'm thinking this is the kind of task that maybe I do feature as part of the Let's Play. And then for those smaller tasks, we just do those kind of quick and maybe off camera, and I can give you a progress update when I come back, maybe. The other thing for this series is maybe we will focus on knocking off these contracts as part of each episode. Maybe visit the contracts, see which ones we can go after, and have that content as part of these videos. But let me know what you think as this goes. It's going to be kind of an experimental start to this Let's Play series. We'll see how it goes. If a season kind of takes a nosedive, we can either start another season, or maybe we'll skip past this and move on to another game. But I do want to feature this game because it's a game I really enjoy. I've gotten hundreds of hours of enjoyment out of the Logistical 2 version. And as I mentioned in the tutorial, you can pick that up free in Steam and at least do, I think, a couple of the initial maps for free. And that'll get your feet wet and get you acclimated to what this game's all about. Again, check out the tutorial series I have here on the Glidercat channel. That'll help you as well. And for me, once I got a taste of the game, then I got hooked. But when I downloaded that free version, there was a whole lot to this game that I did not expect was in there when I first started. And that's kind of what hooked me in. So I'm hoping that these videos, I can kind of showcase the game and get you hooked in as well, if it's something that you think you enjoy. And again, the whole goal is, connecting my viewers with games that I think they're going to enjoy. And this is one I enjoy, so I'm sharing it. The developer of Logistical Earth 3 or Logistical 3 Earth did provide me with a key so I could provide this content, but I'm not compensated anyway. And I've said I'm not doing anything other than like a first look video and stuff. So we've already got a tutorial series up. So I'm just doing this because this is what I want to do. It's what I want to play, and I think you might like it. But we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So let's go ahead and dive in on this first episode. And I'm going to start with one of those cutaways. So what I'm going to do off camera is we have a bunch of sites here. This guy takes bananas. It's a 2 trips to complete this, right? I've got 1-ton pickup trucks. This needs 1.33 tons, 2 trips, and I've got that site completed. I've got this site completed the same way, this site completed the same way. So what I'm going to focus on first is just clearing out all of the sites that I can do easily, and you don't need to watch that. And then we'll come back and see what's left to do in this little area. Then after that, if you remember if you watch the tutorial season, the very last thing that happened is we were given a free truck for completing a contract, and that free truck is way over here in New Zealand. So we've got a whole nother map that we really haven't even scratched the surface on. I think as one of the contracts was to put floaties, floaties on the truck, and we've done that. So if I select this truck here, and I look at it, I can see there's an F underneath there. It's kind of hard for me to see, but there's an F there underneath the name, indicating that it has these floaties, so I can travel over some waterways. And I think it's these white ones here, but we'll just see. I've not tried it yet, so we'll see. We'll check that out later. But again, first, I'm going to go back and knock off as much as I can on the starting island, and then I will come back and we'll just see how this goes. All right, I will be right back. All right, let me just break in here. I haven't completed all the little sites yet, but you can see a bunch of push pins on the map. And I kind of wanted to show you my first approach at getting organized about solving this area of the map here. So what I'm doing is I'm going through each of these towns one by one. If I've completed the town and there's industry available, and we'll get into that later. If I can buy industry in the town, then I'm going to put a push pin on that is that color. So I'm colorblind. I'm not going to tell you what color that is because I may not get it right. But I'm using these dark ones here for towns that are completed but have the ability for me to do industry. Okay, then if we move down to these yellow ones, we'll hop off of that. Let's see. And get back down here. Let's see here. The yellow ones. I'm wondering why I can't bring this guy up. There it is. Not sure why that's not showing up. Is that right? Let's see. I'm not sure what's going on here. Looks like I've got a little bit of an issue with the map. Let's keep moving on. This color pin that I'm putting on are towns that have population and that I want to maybe do on camera or have you guys with me when I go to complete it, because we're going to be racing against the clock to some degree. This one's not real challenging, but we'll get to it later. So there's another pin where I've completed the town, but this one is producing resource for us. So I also have that same color pin. I guess I should come up with a different color pin on that, huh? This one has industry and produces resource, and it's completed. And then the blue pin, let's see what I was doing for blue pin. Blue, maybe I was using blue for if they have, if I can expand them. And the yellows I was using for ones that are just super duper easy I can do off camera. And there's nothing really to see. It's just a matter of time of delivering the resources. So I've got several yellows, and I'm just walking through all of these. Like this one isn't too, I mean, they've got a population, but they only have one resource. So this is one I can knock off camera. You don't have to watch. So anyway, I just wanted to break in and give you a quick first look at kind of how I'm going about organizing my map. I'm going through all these push pins, and then as trucks become available, I can just run over to a yellow and a yellow pinned item and go send a truck off to supply the resource. So in this case, I've got some idle trucks. I'll just take the one off the top, grab the flowers, and he can go satisfy that. And then I'll circle back on some of these and then I'll clear the pin and maybe turn it white if it's just totally completed, or it may just disappear. The town may just disappear. Let's see if that yellow one comes back. That's really strange. I don't know if that's a new thing or what, but I'm not sure why I'm not seeing the road that was connected there or anything. So who knows? Maybe that's a little bug. All right. I'm going to go back to completing the towns that are easy ones, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. Let's see. I went through a ton of these little towns and cleared them out. I purposely did not dismiss any of these little status cards here, so we can go through them real quick. You can see there's 38 towns I closed out or completed. We've got a bunch of bonuses along the way. You just walk through these just real quick, or a few of them at least, and see kind of what we got in terms of earnings here. So you can see here, efficiency 100%, score 1. So I knocked all these out, and what I'm curious to see is I marked all the easy ones with these yellow push pins, and I'm hoping that these push pins disappear because I don't have a way of getting rid of them. It turns out that when you complete the little towns, the small sites, as I call them, the one and dones, once you complete them, there's really no use for them again. They disappear from the map. That's pretty handy. That's nice to get rid of them. Now I just need to find a way to get rid of all these push pins. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these status messages, boom, in one shot. And it looks like my push pins are still here. I may have to hop on the Discord at some point, maybe between episodes, and see just what's the easy way of clearing these push pins, because I can't seem to click on them. I thought I may have encountered this issue before in Logistical 2 and found a way to clear them, because it feels a little familiar to me, but I can't seem to figure it out. Even if let's see if I hit O, the O key will clear the pin on a thing, but see, I just cleared a yellow pin, but that's not really the property that we're on. So we're down here somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, it's not changing the town when I click here. So I'll have to hit up Discord maybe and find out the shortcut for that. But basically what I did is I went through all the towns that could be easily completed and marked them with yellow push pins, and then one by one kind of went through them and used mostly my pickup trucks and completed all those towns. When I broke in last time here, kind of to speak on the video here, I had some different colored push pins. I've since removed most of the push pins. What I left is just this color here. I don't know if that's a blue or a purple or what that is, but these were towns that I thought would be good to do together on screen. And some we may have to wait. So this one, for example, needs 1,600 alcohol, right? And maybe a minimum of 1435. And we saw this town right before we went to the break. There's only have a population of about 4,000. So as we supply it, they're not going to consume it real fast. That's all good. Our challenge is, if I drag this just to find out where the alcohol is over here, we can only store 15 tons at a time at this town. Now, once we upgrade this industry, once we find planks and we upgrade it once or twice or a few times, this output inventory will increase and we can have more on hand at any one time. But right now, with only 15 available on hand, that's going to take forever to regenerate, to produce all that this town needs. 1,595, it looks like. You can kind of see it really tiny there. While I'm looking at this, I can see it needs sugar. So while we're here, we might as well just go ahead and fill up the inventory, because our pickups aren't doing anything right this minute. So I'll send one down to just fill up the inventory there. So that one up there, we can't really do much with. Why don't we go clockwise? This is one I thought we could do together. This isn't too bad. 15,000 population, and they need, I don't know, about a dozen of all these things. So let's just jump in and do it. I'm going to use the dump truck for maybe the two bigger items here. So let's get our blue dump truck going on sand. And then we'll get maybe some of our other pickups going on the worms. Maybe we'll put both other of our idle pickup trucks on the worms. While they're doing that, you can take a look at the money we've got up here. There's some more stats if I hover over here. It says we fixed 7 roads. We have not upgraded any industries to level 3 yet. Why is that important? So I was just reading about this, trying to learn, and I'll show you why that's important. Some of these towns, maybe it's the blue ones. Nope, I guess it doesn't matter. Some of these towns, if you look in the top right, it says buy industry. So if you click on this button, this allows you to add an industry to that location, to that town. And right now, just starting out, all we can really add is a storage for a single product. So for example, and if I pull the mouse down slowly across this icon and you look to the right, you'll notice there's different prices here. So like it says on the little pop-up there, it says select industry, mouse up and down to see the available prices for sizes. The bottom right number is the largest size of industry available. So basically we can buy a storage depot for a single product, and there are several sizes for us to choose from. I think we would almost always go with the largest size. Maybe there's a reason not to, but I think we'd always go with the largest size. So if I go and I click this, it's going to let me pick which product do I want to store at Le Morne Rouge site. And basically, I think it would add another line here, and we can just store product there. This is important when like over by where they need all that alcohol. If I wanted to store it up or put a storage near that town, then I can accumulate a bunch of that alcohol close to where I need it before I even start the deliveries. And then it's a lot easier for me to beat the clock if I've got that supply close to the town that needs it. So getting back to the industries where it says you have not upgraded any industries to level 3, once we say it's right now, this Le Morne Rouge has an industry, and it's the flower farm, right? We haven't been able to upgrade this yet because it needs steel. And so once we supply steel to this, we'll have another one of those white overlays will appear. And as we use the product and provide fertilizer, it'll deplete that little overlay, and then we'll have a new item that we need to supply to upgrade it. Well, once you've upgraded any of these industries, again, this one is a flower farm, is the industry here. Once I've upgraded it 3 times, then anywhere else that has industry available to build, like this one's got 3, this town has. Whoops, let me go back. Find that town again. This town, say Le Lamenten, I can place 4 industries in this town. But initially all I can do is storage. But once I've upgraded other industries, I would be able to place those industries here. So say we had our sugarcane production upgraded 3 times, but I wanted sugarcane kind of close to this town. So I had somebody that needed sugarcane, or maybe I had a railroad down the road. We'll get into railroads. And I just want a ton of sugarcane production. I could drop a sugarcane factory at this site, and it would work just like the original one that we have down here. So anyway, we'll see that a little bit later, but that's why that matters. So I don't think in this case a supply depot is going to help us with this alcohol, just because the output of our factory is so tiny. It only stores 15 tons. That it's just not gonna help us get through. All right, let's see. Did we complete this? Okay, so we're working on this one now. I guess we got to be careful not to dawdle too much. Let me go ahead and get my dump truck to fetch the clay, and then we'll get our pickup trucks going on the coffee here. How about 2 on coffee? It actually helps to have all 3 on one resource, and I'll explain that here in a second. Let me grab the coffee. So just as you see, there's this red area as you're supplying resource. The town consumes this resource very fast while we're in the red area. As soon as it gets into the green area, the consumption slows down, significantly slows down. And so you've got more time to supply the resource. So if you put 1 pickup truck on each of these 3 resources, then they're going to be in that red zone a lot longer. Versus if I put all 3 pickup trucks doing coffee, now I'm out of the green zone, and I'm out of the red zone, I'm in the green zone, and it's much easier for me to fulfill this need. So it helps to kind of stack up multiple trucks for each item if you can, rather than spread it thin. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, our pickups are freeing up. I'm going to put them on the sugarcane, and we will complete this town. There is that. And then we can move on to the next one. I think we're in good shape. They are consuming, but these all look to be pretty well stocked. And all we need to do is get the sugarcane there. That should not be a problem, and we'll complete that one. Let's look at this guy in the middle. He's got 16,000 or 17,000 population. Needs a lot of products here. This one could be a challenge to complete. Let's leave that one for now. Maybe if we bump more trucks, it wouldn't be bad, but let's leave that one for now. And let's just go around the map and see if there's anything else. Here's one that I missed. One of the easy guys that I missed here. So let's just go and do that. We can have our dump truck do that. It's a little bit of extra resource that we're wasting, but that's fine. And let me come around to these color ones here. This guy doesn't need too much, so we'll tackle this one next. It's got a population of 8,000. That's not bad. So let's get our pickup trucks going on that. Bananas. And again, I'm going to put them all on the same resource so that we can get those things, each item satisfied quickly rather than going slow and having them all in the red zone for most of the time. All right, I'm just keeping an eye over here in my list of trucks to see which ones are idle. I kind of tend to look over at these arrows. That tells me if they're loading on the way back, or unloading. So we're filling up the bananas. And then we'll double back and clear off the blue pins, or this whatever color that is. We'll clear off those pins once we've kind of made it around the island here. All right, so bananas are good. Let's go jump on sand real quick. That's close, so that's going to go quick. What did I do? I just clicked off of there. Let me get back to it. Got my truck selected. Sand. And I'll grab the third one and do sand again. And then the last thing we'll need will be the concrete blocks. I think they're way over here somewhere. In fact, we need almost 10. Let's take our dump truck who's sitting here, and we'll just have him grab this. So he'll bring those over. And let's take a look at the next one I had put aside here for us to get to. This guy's got a 13,359 population, needs about 10 of everything. That's not too bad. I think we can do it. Let's go ahead and start these guys going. Boom. And boom. Grab our third guy here. Get him going on fertilizer. Looks like our dump truck is done. Let's get him going on the next thing. So if I can get that town selected again. There we go. Let's have the dump truck go and do sand. Dump truck, grab the sand. He's going to make a couple trips there, and then we'll get our pickup trucks as they finish up going on the alcohol. There we go. And there we go. And then we just got flowers and sugarcane, and we'll have this guy done. Dump truck's making the trip for more sand. All right, the pickup trucks are bringing the alcohol in. We've got plenty of fertilizer. We've got more than we need. We've got more than we need sand, which is good. That buys us some extra time. Dump truck's done. Let's put him on flowers. It's kind of a long haul. Okay, our pickup trucks have got us into the green zone. I believe that's green, or at least out of the red zone for alcohol. So they should be able to supply this a little bit faster as the town consumes it less. There's our dump truck heading up to grab some flowers. He's going to have to make 2 trips, but we may send a pickup truck up there just to get the second load. All right, we've got our alcohol satisfied in the dump truck. I'm just going to click off the repeat route, and I'm going to go send one of our idle trucks to get the rest of the flowers because I don't need a whole 10 tons more. And then I could send my dump truck once he's done unloading here. He can go get the sugar cane. That's not real far, and he's going to bring extra anyway. And then I might send my pickup trucks to go get flowers because they have consumed some while we were loading. So it doesn't hurt to send these guys out just to make sure that we're going to stay caught up. We look good on fertilizer, look good on the sand, and alcohol looks good. There's our sugarcane done. Hopefully these pickup trucks can get there. All right, done. Nice. All right, not too bad. 13,000 for satisfying that town. Let's go ahead and I'll clear the pin on this one. I think it just hit the O key and it clears out the pin, the push pin I had there. Let's check this guy out. We're done with that. I'll click O to clear that pin. These yellow pins, again, I'm going to have to figure out how to get rid of those. It looks like I got a couple here to consider. Now, this guy needs 71 alcohol or 63.98. That one's tempting. But again, I think we're going to get stuck not having enough supply. So this could be a case where if I had a town nearby where I could put a warehouse or put storage, that might not be a bad place. Just early game here to stockpile some of this alcohol nearby. So let's see, is there anywhere nearby where we could do it just for fun? Let's go ahead and experiment. We've got a little bit of time here. Let's go ahead and buy an industry. We're going to buy the biggest storage we can. It's going to cost us $9,000 and it's size 10. Let's just click it. And let's see, is it going to let us store alcohol? It does. And we can store up to 30,000. That's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and put the storage there. And now you can see it starts out, I can only store 398 alcohol. So let's get our dump truck going on that. And I can just kind of drag the other way. It says, congratulations, industry bought. Let's get our pickups doing it too. Go fetch me alcohol. And we'll just experiment with this. And I think we're going to need one pickup truck maybe to fill up the inventory of our alcohol factory here and bring sugar in so that we don't run out of inventory to produce the alcohol. So I've got one more truck left here. I'll select that and I'm just going to drag this sugar. It's kind of a long trip. So we'll just see. We'll just see how this goes. Now, if we look at La Lamentine, where we placed our inventory, you can see it's also got one of these white overlays. And as we supply more product, we're gaining, I guess they call it experience in the game. See the white, it says white at the bottom of the tooltip. White is an experience countdown. Once that's all gone, once we've gone through that, just by delivering product, it's going to allow us to upgrade this and increase the size of the storage site. Right now, we can only store 398. That's probably not going to do a whole lot for us. Well, yeah, well, that'll do it, actually. We only need 71 for this town. So this kind of illustrates one way you can make use of these local storage. Again, that factory itself can only store like 15 alcohol. In fact, that's what that exclamation point is. I've got trucks sitting here waiting for the alcohol to be produced, right? I got plenty of inventory, but the production speed is slow. We haven't upgraded this. Once we do, that production speed will increase and so will the output inventory. So right now, these guys are just sitting here waiting to be able to fill up their truck. And then once it is filled up, they will drop it off at our new storage site. So let's see. I may have to look also to see if there's a way to show where these inventories, where the stuff is. For now, let me put a blue pin or this color pin, just so we know we've got a storage site there. And again, there may be an easier way to indicate that you've got additional factories or storage sites available. So right now, we've got 46 alcohol stored. How much does the town need? Go back one more time. It needs 7110. So we would probably want at least that in there. We probably want closer to 80 or 90 just to be safe before we went and started to try and satisfy that town. All right, we looked at this guy. This has all kinds of stuff. I think I'm going to hold off till we get more trucks. So yeah, hopefully that illustrates the purpose of the warehouses. What else can we do? This one we satisfied, so I'm just going to hit O to clear the push pin. It's got room for 4 industries. The industries become very important and very, very useful once we can upgrade our production sites or our factories. But it seems like everything we need is not available. So we don't have planks on the island. Let's see. This guy needs steel. We don't have that. We don't have wood that I'm aware. I don't think we have wood. I haven't seen it. Nope. This guy needs a bunch of fish. This was the next one I was thinking we might be able to do, but we're kind of in that same situation. We need 1,630, and we just don't have the ability to upgrade yet. So let's see. Where's our fish guy? He's down here somewhere. Here's that guy who does fish, produces fish for us. He can only store 20 tons. And in order to improve him or upgrade this factory, and it's ready to do it, we need nets, but we just don't have them on this island. Eventually we'll be able to do it. We'll be able to upgrade all these to the max. And that's part of the game. But right now we just do not have, there's just nowhere on this island to get nets. We may have to go off the island to do it. Matter of fact, it's giving me a little blue arrow here, maybe indicating that, hey, you're going to have to go to the port to pull this off. Yeah, here's another one that needs wood to be upgraded. This guy needs some sand as well in his inventory. We could go fetch that, but right now our guys are kind of busy. I am going to turn off our dump truck and tell him just do one last trip of this, because there's no use to have so many trucks waiting there for the alcohol. In fact, he might be the guy we can start to have deliver it. Let's see how many we got. We got 83. Let's see if we can do that town. Let's see if we can do that town with the 83 that we've got. And hopefully they won't consume it too fast. We may need to stop a couple more. Let's stop all of our trucks. And we're going to put everything we got into supplying this town. And hopefully we can get it done fast enough. I'm going to wait for the trucks to finish. And I may even set them up, or they're all going to be here. So that's good. So let's get these guys delivering the alcohol, and we'll see what we can do. If we can get this guy done. Okay, 7110 there. He's going. And now we're going to send it pickup. And then our second pickup. I'm going to get the alcohol over there. And our third one. All right, so here we go. We're sending alcohol over. We're draining our inventory. Let's see if we can get past this this halfway point quick. That will really increase our chances. There is a chance we're going to run out of inventory. And this may not be successful. We got 46 left. They're moving pretty quick. A lot of our trucks have some boosts now. So we'll just see if they can make it. And if we stored enough ahead of time. Okay, but the clock is moving a little slower now. We're in the green zone. But do we have enough, or have they consumed too much already? We're just going to have to wait and see here. Meanwhile, there we go. We did it. Awesome. Wow, look at that. 90,000 for that one. That helps. So that again illustrates how you can leverage that storage. Helpful. Again, you can upgrade it. Eventually you'll get to towns that need, thousands and thousands. And you can upgrade storage ahead of time, thousands and thousands, and have it close by. And it's just part of the puzzle to solve. All right. Let's see what's next. This guy, I'm going to hit O and clear my push pin. Boom. Really wish I could upgrade some of these industries, but they're going to make it hard on us. This we can't even attempt. There's resources that we don't know about. And I think that is it for the push pins, right? Yeah, this guy, I think we should kind of wait. We'll come back to that. We'll see. I'll see between episodes how to get rid of these yellow push pins. Hopefully I can find a way to do it. I think we'll wait on this source of alcohol in the background. Yeah, that's just not going to help. Even if we filled up our new storage with it, it wouldn't help. Let's see. But we could always deliver alcohol here and just have a backup and keep this warehouse. We'll see. I think there's going to be plenty. This island's not very big. I don't think we're going to need all the warehouse space that we potentially have. So I think I'm going to maybe get ready to wrap this one up. Before I do, let's close out these last few things that we solved together. We got 5 towns knocked out. Just these last few minutes together. So let's knock these down. In the next episode, I think what we'll do is we'll start clearing out this way. We'll start taking a look at what this guy can do. We'll find out where the truck depot is, build some stuff, and start expanding this. And it could be that this is the area where we're first able to upgrade factories and we have the resources nearby that we need. We'll have to find out. Eventually, we will double back. Not sure if that's going to be really soon or really later, but we'll double back to this whole area and hopefully with some new resources and new technologies, for lack of a better term, that we unlock over on the other side of the map, we'll be able to clear this stuff and, like, for example, find a source of steel and then be able to upgrade a lot of these factories and things. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it here. Again, this is kind of experimental, this let's play. This is a game where, I probably spent about 30-40 minutes off camera here clearing these towns, but I'm trying to find a way where I can share the fun, unique stuff in the game, get you interested, get you aware of what the game has to offer, particularly the different puzzles and challenges you have to solve. Because I just feel they're not really apparent at the surface, and I think there's a lot of enjoyment in this game. But let me know what you think about this first episode. I'll try and push these out maybe a little slower so I can respond to feedback better between episodes. But yeah, for now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for sticking with me in this first experimental Let's Play of Logistical 3 Earth. I will sign off now, and I'll see you in the next episode.